Five. Alrighty. Well, welcome everybody. For YouTube, I'm trying something different this time because I happened to go back and listen to a couple of old broadcasts, and I hated the sound because the microphone on this camera here was just picking up all sorts of windage and whatnot, and it had some whistling in the background, and I was like, this sounds terrible. So we're using one of my good studio mics that we do voiceover recording on. That is the microphone that hopefully you're hearing me on. And if so, here's another fun thing about this particular microphone. Frank Welker has used this microphone.
Right, and if those of you who don't know who Frank Welker is, shame on you. Google it and worship properly.
Right, Galvatron has used this microphone. So.
And also, ladies and gentlemen.
Wait, hang on. Huh? What?
Let's just tell them they do know who Frank Welker is. They just don't realize it.
Yes. You've heard him and just haven't realized it
Yeah.
yet. But,
now, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube,
okay.
If you can hear us, please let us know.
Okay. Oh, and I see Celery's here. Scott, hey there. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you can't hear anything.
Let us know if you can.
Yes, so Fred from Scooby-Doo. Yes, okay, well, good. Yes, Fred from Scooby-Doo used that microphone at a convention last year because we brought it for him to record something. So
now I'm going to assume that they can hear us.
Yes, because they picked that up. So excellent. So hopefully we're getting better sound without some of the crazy windage and feedback and whatever that we had before. And if this works, we'll just keep doing it.
Right.
So, yeah, well, okay, excellent. All right, so, it's funny. These Friday services are a great way to kind of, for me, just put a close to the work week because, especially this week, it's been really, really busy, and had a lot of good things happen, but it takes a lot of work to get things done. So,
when it rains, it pours.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours. So. Okay, and I did get some prayer requests from the Facebook group, and I know I've got lots of people that have asked to join the Facebook group, and I'm going to go through them all. It's just, I meant to get a lot of things for, the Kemetic reform done this week, but I had to get things for our household done instead, so.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah. So tonight we are honoring Neith and Horus and Sobek, and I don't have an actual icon for Sobek, but I did get, and I will pick him up. This will be our regional aspect of Sobek in the form of a little alligator.
Yeah. It's a little baby alligator. We're going to call him Sobek, and he's not going to go in the pot.
It's Sobek of Louisiana. Yeah. So, and besides, I think of him whenever I see there's a Bass Pro Shop, not too far from where I live, and they have live alligators in an enclosure in the front, and I've taken pictures of them, and it's like,
The live alligators are for people who return their boats.
No, they chill out.
Those gators are huge.
They are, but I think of Sobek, and I've taken a few pictures of them and said, these would be great art references.
It's amusing.
Huh?
You would think at this point there's like a subtle reference to Egypt in Bass Pros. They actually bought that pyramid in Memphis and turned it into a giant Bass Pro.
Oh yeah. I remember the pyramid. If you're driving on I-40 going into Memphis, Tennessee, there's a big glass pyramid, and so now it's a Bass Pro Shop. But and there is also a Mardi Gras crew of Sobek here in our hometown. So so he's got his presence is subtly known.
Yeah, he's represented basically.
Yes, he is represented here. Okay. Well, the water was tepid this time, and we'll see if it still is. as we go to make our purifications. So these cool waters are upon our hands. They purify us, as Technut purifies us. Hail unto you, Nichu. We come unto you without falsehood and without evil. And it is not that cold. Our purity is upon our hands. Our purity is within our hearts. We cast out all evil that pertains to us. We are pure, we are pure, we are pure, we are pure.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah. And see, eventually we'll get to where we can switch cameras and we'll switch to Darren sitting here flicking the water back at me.
I'm blessing you.
Uh-huh.
I am.
We'll just get him a water gun.
Don't give him ideas. I used to have I used to have a giant super soaker, but I think the valves inside dry rotted, so
Oh,
but this thing is like 20 plus years old. So.
Yeah.
I knew you meant business when you showed up with the backpack.
Yeah. There's headlines about now crocodiles and there's been headlines about now crocodiles invading Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
everything else does. Why should they not be part of it?
You got Burmese pythons and stuff like that have escaped from exotic, pet
Cobras.
dealers and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, so I could totally see now crocodiles being part of that menagerie.
The only problem with Florida is they don't have any rivers.
Oh well, but I can see them in the like Lake Okeechobee or the what's the swamp down there, the Okefenokee. I could see them like just
Definitely love the Everglades.
Everglades. Yeah. So this is what happens when you have lax laws on exotic animals and people just have whatever and then they get out into the wild.
Try no laws on exotic animals.
Right. So, yeah. But, and
They
so
also have a papyrus in Florida that's considered invasive now.
Yep.
Well, but the thing with papyrus is it's only going to get so far north because it gets killed off in the wintertime. And I know this because I have papyrus and I've tried to nurse it through the winter. And it doesn't like anything below 50 degrees. So basically, the extreme southernmost part of Florida might end up having papyrus in it. But anywhere that gets, frost or cold winters, forget it. It'll probably stop there.
Yeah, you're basically looking at mid-Florida and down.
Yeah.
They probably also have lotus there, too.
Maybe. I don't know. You can buy Egyptian blue lotus from suppliers, but they're very expensive, and you've got to have a good place for them. And again, they're tropical, so they're sensitive to temperature. I have a hardy lotus or lily, but I've had the thing in a pot for like a water pot for 6 years and it's never bloomed. So I don't know what it needs and it doesn't have, but whatever it is, it doesn't want to bloom.
Come on, Kansu, wake up in there. Yeah.
Or Nefertum. Yeah, he's still sleeping. Well, we ask the Eye of Horus to come in peace. Come in peace, bright Eye of Horus. Receive the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus shines like Ra in the twin horizons, and evil hides in fear of it.
Receive the
Receive
light.
the light.
Receive the light.
The Eye of Horus destroys the enemies of Ra and all of their abodes, till none remain. Receive the
Receive
light.
the light. Oh, that's cool.
I think I'm gonna turn the phone down in just a second.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Over here.
Okay. The Eye of Horus comes. We'll bring it around the four quarters. And we are purified with it. Receive the light.
You know, Sharon, it just occurred to me.
Hmm.
Horus may have flown in on a plane, and that's why you heard that.
Who knows?
Yes, it was a plane.
Yeah. Well, we all have to be more tech savvy these days. And we'll light our other one for symmetry. So Horus has both of his eyes. May they come in peace. Okay. You arise in the Akatoscopri, O Ra, spreading your light upon the earth. You set in peace in the mountains of Manu as a tomb, bringing your light to Duat. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven and Duat. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who came from noon at the first time, for such is your uniqueness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Hu at your left side, for such are the words you commanded. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who placed Sia at your right side, for such is your great wisdom. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, whose Hika goes before you, for such is your ability. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra, who rules with Ma'at upon your brow, for such is your righteousness. Hail and praise unto you, O Ra. Hail and praise unto you, O Neith, and your sons Horus and Sobek, you lords of love and lords of life. Grant us life, well-being, and health. May our eyes perceive your goodness and our hearts receive your wisdom. May you shine upon us as you traverse the sky, that we may bring to you Ma'at and cast out Isfet. And may you guard us from the evil one through the dark hours of the night, your protection being before us and your strength being within us. Take these, your cool waters which are the inundation, that they may cool your hearts. O Neith, O Horus, O Sobek, O Yunachiru. These cool waters are the eye of Horus, that your hearts may be refreshed. Milk, milk, may you taste it in your shrine. May your hearts be refreshed with it. We bring you this milk. It comes from the great flood. It is your gift, O Neith. Bring it to you, O Nochiru, that you may be purified with it. We give you incense. We give you incense, great purity. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. It cleanses you. It adorns you. It takes its place upon your hands. This incense is the eye of Horus, and its fragrance comes to you. Take this, your bread on which gods live. This bread is the eye of Horus. O Neith, O Horus, O Sobek, all of you Nochiru, lift it to your faces and be at peace with it. Pure, pure is Ra Horeketi within his house. Pure is Neith within her house. Pure are Horus and Sobek within their house. Pure are the cause of these Nochiru with this good myrrh that is given. Jehuti proclaims it. It is written in his house of sacred words. Hapi gives in abundance thousands of offerings, all things good and pure, for Neith, for Ra Horeketi, for Horus and Sobek, for all of you Nochiru in every place your mortal cause wish to be. That's right. So we need to make sure that we offer wine, because gardens are definitely going, being late summer. Gardens prosper and Hapi rejoices, overflowing with his meal. We fill this eye of Horus for you with wine, O Ra, O Neith, O Horus and Sobek. Drink and be pure. The doors of heaven and the doors of earth are open with libations for you within this house. May your faces be refreshed with your libations, your wine and your water. Come to your body, O Ra Hodaketi. Come to your body, O Neith. Come to your bodies, O Horus, O Sobek. Come to your invocation. Come unto us, your servants, who are mindful of your feasts and your offerings. Bring your power, your hika, your honor, and your ba to these your offerings and partake of them. Come, O people. Raise these offerings before the faces of these gods. Lift these offerings before Ra, before Neith, before Horus, before Sobek. All life comes from them, all health comes from them, all stability comes from them, all good fortune comes from them as it has since the first time. Ora Horaketi and your son, the Oster Nisudnya Kapurura. Your foes retreat from you. Horus turns himself to his eye. Turn yourselves to these your offerings. Receive them from our hands. And we're going to step over and make sure we give offerings to our blessed dead. We've already got chocolates. And they receive these cool waters from the table of Osiris. And this eye of Horus. From the table of the gods to our blessed dead, in peace. Orekher ta henket ka kau abdu sunachur merhat kudnibet nafret wabet anket nachurim and ka and aku punibu ma'aker nibu kiranachara. A voice offering of bread, beer, 1,000 of beef and fowl, incense, oils, and all good and pure things on which a god lives, for the cause of all of these Aku, all true of voice before the great God. And included among them is a classmate of mine that I had only found out last week that she passed away in late June, very suddenly, of it seemed to be some kind of cardiac issue. They can't rule out COVID, but they, if so, then it was, not the typical symptoms. It was something very sudden. But it's always the sort of thing that makes you stop and think when somebody your age passes away. We come unto you, O Ra, O Yunuchiru, as Jehuti comes, our hands joined under Ma'at. Ma'at has come to be with you in every place where you are. An offering of Ma'at is made unto you, that your heart may be pleased and your cow shall live. Truly your need has Ma'at, for they know you live in her. The Enid says unto you, your word is law eternally. Isfet is cast out by your word. Rejoicing is yours every day. Ma'at has taken her place in your shrine. May we always act with gentility and compassion for such as the first Ma'at. May we always offer charity and hospitality for such as the second Ma'at. May we always respect consent and fidelity for such as the third Ma'at. May we always avoid violence and promote wellness for such as the fourth Ma'at. May we always speak words of truth for such as the fifth Ma'at. May we always promote the public good for such as the sixth Ma'at. May we always act humbly and with temperance, for such as the seventh Ma'at. May we always honor our gods and respect others, for such as the eighth Ma'at. May we uphold Ma'at like Jehuti, that we may witness Ra's perfection every day. Okay, let's start off with some here's. Forgive me, I gotta pull a chair up. There we go. We'll start with invocations to Neith and to Horus and to Sobek, and then to others as we get requests. So. Hail unto you, O Neith, the Great, the one who existed before existence, you who make all that is, who created all that exists. Eldest of the primeval gods, fashioner of Ra, mother of Ra who was at the beginning. Unique one without equal, mistress of destiny, regent of fortune. Earth is under your command. One does not make plans without your knowledge. Queen of the gods in heaven, sovereign of the gods in the earth. Mistress of the bow, regent of the arrow, who keeps the arrow demons under your authority. Mistress of fear, who created the twin crocodiles. Life and death are under your supervision. You fill sky and earth with your beauty, light the two lands with the rays of your eyes. You encompass your son as the light of the two lands. Father of fathers, who makes fertile the seeds of gods and men. Great cow who nourishes all things. Mother of mothers who is like no other. There we go. Praise unto you, Horus, god of Behdet, lord of the sky, splendid winged disk who shines in the horizon. You beautiful sun who illuminates the darkness, splendid child who illuminates the earth. Iris of the Ujat who lights the two lands with his rays. Fair of face, hovering one, armored, majestic, clothed in gold. You arise as Khafre when you emerge from Naunet, your rays spreading over the world. Shine upon earth as you do in heaven. Hail unto you, Horus, great god, lord of the sky. Great falcon, dappled of plumage, ruler of flying. Winged disk upon the two lands. Sia falcon, united with the sun disk. Holy god, falcon of gold. You all right, Paul? Need some water? Okay. There we are. And to you, O Sobek. Hail to you, twin of Ra, who arose from the primeval waters, Lord of Tashe, son of Neith, mighty god whose seizing cannot be seen, ruler of the rivers, governor of the winds, great male rutting bull, Lord of love, Lord of the Aku spirits, he who loves taking, great of terror. Drive off your wrath, let pass your raging. Cut short your mourning, let your beauty come. Welcome in peace, Lord of peace. Hail of Sobek, great god, Lord of Tashe, great male who came from noon, white of teeth, green of scales, keen of face and raised of brow, Lord of strength and virility, raging one who drives away evil. You are Lord of the Nile who makes flourish the two banks, Lord of the winding waterway in the sky, in your carnelian temple in the mountain of Baku. Okay, and I'm going to step over here and see what other requests we have. Okay, we've got some beginners here. Somebody asked, do you know any pregnancy tests of ancient method? Well, it's funny. There was one where they said basically, I believe it was actually if you you have a little bit of barley and a little bit of wheat, and if you take a whiz on it, it was like if the wheat germinates, then it's going to be a boy. If the barley germinates, it's going to be a girl, and if neither one does, you're not pregnant.
Right.
Which I wouldn't rely on that, but the funny thing is they do think that there might have been something to it. There was something with the hormones involved might have had either a suppressive or a fertilizing factor for the the wheat. So something like that. They did have ancient pregnancy tests, but they probably weren't 100%. Let's see. Yeah, and hey, Josh. Let's see. Gmail spam. Okay. Okay, yeah. So folks talking about ritual purity and some things like that. Yeah, I can give you a couple of brief things. Just follow along with us. That'll help. Okay. And someone asked, oh, okay, they tested that Egyptian pregnancy thing in the 70s or so, and it came out to be about 70% accurate, which is probably about as good as some of those over-the-counter ones that you can get. So, who knows? But oh, and Dark Magician finally made it to a live service. Welcome. And let's see. And someone asked for something for Jehuti. Yes. And wait, did I see something about? I just thought I saw somebody mention about trolling or something. Hopefully, of course, I was just skimming over it. Hopefully not. But if you're a beginner, then yeah, just reading things is good. But I will say this, and I'm planning to do a video about shrines because there were some people talking about that and wanting to know, well, how elaborate should I make it, and all that, and it's real easy to overthink things. Don't put yourself in a box by saying, oh, I've got to make sure that I go through a lot of ritual purity and then I've got to have this, that, and the other on my shrine or whatever. Just your faith and your path is a part of life. So it's going to grow as you do. And so it's okay if you start off small. The statue that I have of King Tut that's up here is kind of next to Ra in the center part of the altar. That was actually given to me as a gift by my brother, gosh, back in about 20 years ago almost by now. And just over time, I've just gathered more and more. So this you're looking at the accumulation of 20 years worth of Egyptian icons and artifacts. So whatever you do, just explore, have fun, and don't pressure yourself. That would be my number one advice for a beginner.
If you build it, they will come.
Images will make themselves available.
Huh?
A divine image will make itself available whenever they're ready.
Yeah, that's something. Yeah, like you might have said, a divine image will make itself available for you. You'll be surprised when things just come to you. So, let us offer some praise to Jehuti, because he's blessed many people lately, and I know some folks had asked for his blessing, because kids are going back to school now, and there's the worry about getting sick, and the teachers getting sick, and everything with what's going on. So we definitely could use his help. Hail and praise unto you, O Jehuti, thrice great God, the son of Ra, Lord of Kemnu, wise one and you knew. You report to Ra every morning. Messenger of humankind, you know people by their speech and judge them by their deeds. Those true of voice before Osir, their names are in your list. The Aeneid gives you praise as you guide the bark of millions, as you cast out the evil one, as you change strife into peace. You know all secrets, all books, all deeds, the fleeting moment, the hour of night. No report to Ra is forgotten, your words endure for eternity. Friend of the people, wise and impartial, great one, Lord of Ma'at. And we've gotten several prayer requests on the Facebook group, including one in praise to Bast and to Sekhmet. Fallon Had a kitty who was sick. Well, the cat's surgery went well. Says he hates wearing the cone of shame, but he's healing all right. So he's definitely praised to Sekhmet and to Bastet for looking after their folk.
Put him in the tone of 7.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he'll be out of it soon enough. And Marina had a prayer request for her daughters. Both have been through potentially traumatic experiences. My oldest was in a car accident today, and she's about to go back to school Thursday. It's only 2 days a week, but still. And also for a friend who's having marital issues. And, I think that would be a good one to ask Aset, because, she's definitely the patroness of loving relationships. And so we asked her to look after Marina's friend, and for both of them to find peace and harmony, and to hopefully figure out that they still love each other. And Gray wants peace of mind and clarity for my friend M. And that's very sweet of you to ask for them. Isis, if you can look after Gray's friend. And our friend Martin he got over COVID-19, but he's still having lung problems and nervous system problems, and he's having panic attacks every other day. And it's probably all because of this. And so we asked for him to have continued healing. And, for all the others that are trying to get over COVID, because they're starting to figure out that the symptoms don't go away automatically. It can be months.
And some side effects are everlasting.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, some of them might be permanent, but as we figure out more about what this virus does, hopefully people get to a point of greater strength. And Jory requests some prayers to Sekhmet and to Apis, which I would have to look up some references for Apis. And I just got over dealing with infections, which is probably related to other health issues, and had a friend whose 1-year death anniversary is coming up soon. So let's go ahead and say some prayers. We actually used up the Sekhmet candle, so I need to get some more wax for her. But, we still have our prayer on the back of it. Hail, Sekhmet the Great, Eye of Ra, who hides him within her iris. Hail, Sekhmet, Sovereign, Mistress of Light, who moves in brightness. In peace, Sekhmet, Mistress of Darkness, at whose setting the dusk comes. In peace, Sekhmet, Mistress of Fear, whose seal brings death. Hail unto you, Sekhmet, daughter of Ra, who loves Ma'at and detests Zfet. Most holy of the gods, one seeks life in you. And I'm going to step over here and see if we've got any other prayer requests. Let's see. Okay, prayer for someone's mom. She's back teaching in the classroom, and a coworker of hers just tested positive for COVID yesterday. Oh man.
Wow.
And I guess Zuriuku, you were a little late, but you're okay. You're still here, and we're so glad to have you. But Silverwind's mom, yes. Yeah, a lot of people are, it's school is now the front line. And so we asked Jehuti and we asked Sekhmet, if you could collaborate and look after as many people as you can and help us to get through this. And, if it's safer to shut the schools down than let people get the wisdom and the fortitude to make the decision and say, if the learning has to wait, then it has to wait. Kids are smart and they absorb things from all over. There's never been a better opportunity to learn, from the internet. So let us. I'm going to go ahead and read our litany to the 7 arrows of Sekhmet because it's still appropriate now. Hail Sekhmet, who presides over the land, lady of flourishing, generous one. Sekhmet, who protects the 2 lands. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the first arrow of famine. Hail Sekhmet, O Kurl, O hidden lady, Wajit the Great. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the second arrow of drought. Hail Sekhmet, who moves in light, who terrifies the gods with her massacre. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the third arrow of war. Hail Sekhmet, who guides mankind, lady of the dual shores, mistress of humanity. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the fourth arrow of terror. Hail Sekhmet, great shining one, foremost in the mansion of flame, who terrorizes the 2 lands with fear. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the 5th arrow of storms, especially with 2 of them out in the ocean right now. Hail Sekhmet, who loves Ma'at and hates his Fet, lady of the people. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the 6th arrow of oppression. Hail Sekhmet, Uraeus who opens the acacia, great and sovereign one. Come to us who are under your sway. Save us, protect us, and preserve us from the 7th arrow of disease. Yes, and definitely, for all of us who live in places that get tropical storms, you should have seen Darren got a huge kick out of the double take I did on the TV because he flipped it to the Weather Channel and we saw 2 of them just yesterday.
Yes, and the one that is forecast to hit anywhere between Florida and New Orleans is expected to be a hurricane.
Yeah.
The one that is coming off the coast of New Mexico.
Or you mean coast of Mexico?
Yeah, the coast of Mexico is, right now it's still a tropical depression, but there are many, many European models that expect it to land and hit the Houston, Lake Charles area and come straight up to where we are as a category 2 or 3.
Which means by the time it gets to us, because we're fairly far inland, it'll be, back down to a tropical, depression or something. But
and dumping rain and storms.
Yeah.
What they're concerned about now is that they're going to merge when they come in, and places like here where we are will not only get torrential rains and flooding, but fantastic tornado possibilities like we haven't seen in 40 or 50 years.
So,
yeah.
that being said, yeah, we get both set Mahes.
yeah. You know what? That's we definitely need to ask for their protection for all of us that are living in the South and on the East Coast, because these are all things that could potentially affect us. And so, and it's funny, I was able to find some stuff for Mahes, but it was after I published Celebrating the Egyptian Gods. That's where I read most of my stuff from, but I'm going to have, I put something, I think it was in my newsletter for Mahes, I'd have to dig it up. I have sent.
That just means we'll get a new edition of Celebrating the Egyptian Gods out, and it'll be expanded with candy.
Well, I don't know about candy, but there at some point there will be an expanded edition, yes. But, there we go.
Oh, great. And the storm just arrived here.
Oh, yeah. In Tennessee,
Raining.
Wait, huh?
It just started raining.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, and there was a derecho in Iowa last week that apparently caused a lot of damage, and Some friends of mine that lived in the area were talking about that. And so definitely we want, all the protective and healing forces to be with them as they get over this, because, that's on top of everything else that's going on. So, all the good vibes we can get. Hail, O Sutek, son of Nut, greater strength in the bark of millions. Chosen one of Ra Horaketi, bull who dwells in the northern sky. Fearsome one at whom all lands tremble. Great is your war cry, great is your might. Your wasp scepter stretches over the sky. You stand at the zenith of the stars. Lord of storms, Lord of dread, your voice is thunder in the heavens. You slay the fiend from the prow of Ra's bark. Protect us from evil and grant us long life. Grant us protection from the power of your storms. And actually, you know what? I happen to have over here. It's kind of off to the side. Let me go ahead and bring him over. But I have a sticker here of Mahes, and I guess I need to put him on a candle or something. But I'll stick him behind Sekhmet, and ask him also for protection from storms, because that's something he's very good at. The Scarlet Lord, that's one of his titles. And may he protect us from evil and look after those that call upon him. Okay, and peek over here, see if anybody else has made any requests. Yes, 2 hurricanes. Oh man, northwestern Georgia. Rain and tornado possibilities are massive up there. Yeah. Northwestern Georgia. I think we drove. We might have drove close to your area, getting up to Tennessee last year. I wonder where in northwestern Georgia, because we were like way up, because you've got Chattanooga, and then there's another little town in Georgia that's like right on the other side of the line.
Right.
And that's kind of the area where we were. But yeah, we're all going to be. It's funny because it's been so dry, and I was thinking, we're having kind of a drought starting to, form. But the opposite can be just as bad. So we pray for moderation in all things. And I tell you what, we can also do is let us ask the gods if they have any guidance for us in the midst of all this. Oh, wait. Okay, I think this one was trying to pop out at us. So hopefully this is what they want us to know. And it says, help people reach their full potential. Catch them doing something right.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is something else that I want to share, not only for the folks that are here, but for the folks that will be tuning in later. In the past, we've given advice if you have a disability, find the independent living center in your area. If you have a disability and you're in the United States, because a lot of them just got grant money related to COVID relief. And so if there are things that you need, your local independent living center might be able to purchase them for you as part of that COVID relief, because they just helped Darren with a few things. And that's actually what we were busy with this week, was trying to get stuff ready for a new bed to get brought in here. And they paid for it because it was part of that grant. And so I would, if I can pass that tip on to somebody and it gives you the opportunity to go and get something for yourself, then that would make me very happy, because, blessings like that need to be shared. So, and Yamano, you might be able to, find out if somebody in your area, if there's a center for independent living kind of close to you. I would imagine in Knoxville there's got to be one.
Every state has at least
Yes.
one.
Yes, every state has at least one Center for Independent Living, and so you can find out if they've gotten some of that grant money, and they can. The whole purpose of it is to spend it on their consumers. So
I'll definitely see if I can find some.
Yeah, because I mean, if you need like a new wheelchair or a new piece of adaptive equipment or something,
As long
like
as you can tie it to COVID-19.
yeah. Although
And if you need any more advice on that, everybody, please get with me.
Yeah.
This is Darren. I'll go into the specifics on that.
Yeah. So definitely. Let me see. And okay. Well, guys, a lot going on. Good things, bad things, uncertain things, but that's life. It is a mix of all things. If there's any more, requests or shout outs, go ahead and let me know. And if not, then we'll start wrapping it up.
I just want to say how grateful I am for everybody that's been so dedicated to tuning in. And I also want to say thank you to our newcomers. Welcome to the family.
Mm-hmm.
There are no such things as stupid questions.
Mm-hmm.
The stupid and silly questions are typically my purview.
Yes, it's Darren's job to ask the silly questions.
Yes. So welcome.
Yes. Definitely. And I have to, say thanks for not only the, blessings that you and I have gotten, and also the blessing that I got, basically an inheritance from my grandparents, and so now there's a new vehicle in the family.
Newer.
Newer, yeah. Well, yeah, it's 15 years old, but hey, I have been told welcome to the cult of Subi, so because it's a Subaru, so.
I think
Huh?
I would request for continued support, especially with my kidneys.
Yeah.
Do better. And glad that all the stuff that we're looking at is starting to manifest stuff that we saw in cards.
Yeah, that was really interesting because we did a reading with a card set that Yamanu had, and glad a lot of those things manifest. But also, let's say some prayers for Yamanu so that he can have improved health, and also for Shannon. I know she has been looking for something that's some work that's not going to grind her down so bad. So I ask Amen if you would take care of our friend who's yours, and we love him very much, and we love his sister Shannon too. And if you would please put your arms of blessing around them, and continue to look after them for us, and let them know that they're loved. And okay. Well, it's really quiet over there, guys. Just let me know if the feed is still going okay and we haven't dropped anything. Because it seems like it's doing fine on my end, but it's I know there's usually like a minute or two lag. What I will do in the interim. Let's see. So I will read one more prayer. To the Neshader in general. Oh, you great in need. May you grant life, prosperity, and health alertness, favors, and affection. May our eyes see you every day as ones righteous who set you in their heart. Supply our needs of bread and drink, and guard our mouths in speaking. Come to us and give us counsel. Make us heedful of your wisdom. When one appeals to you, you come from afar. Lend your ears to the lonely and the poor. May you give breath to those who are wretched, and bread to those who have none. Guardian of the weak, may you set the oppressed free, and let your blessings surpass all wealth. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Everything's still smooth. You know what? And as well as this seems to be working out, I'll have to go back and listen to it later. But if this microphone gives us better sound quality, this we'll keep doing.
Excellent.
So, yeah, and like I said, the fun connection with that is a famous voice actor has used the same microphone. So it's definitely major cool points.
You should put a trash can beside it.
Oh yeah, for the for the because the Lion King roars and the whole meme with that. Yeah. Which we also use. That's the microphone that we use to record the voiceover for my little animated short that I did as a senior project, and So and Wally Burr was directing us when we were doing that. So it's had connections to a couple of folks that worked on 80s tunes. So that's our lucky microphone. All right. Well, guys, thank you once again for joining us. We love all of you and glad to have you with us. And hope all of you have a safe and happy week, and that it brings good tidings your way, and that we're all able to come together again next week and have more good things to be thankful for and to look forward to. So in the meantime, hail unto you, Atum. Hail unto you, Capri. You come into being upon the primeval hill. You shine forth upon the shrine of the phoenix in Unu. You breathe out Shu and Tefnut. May the giving of these offerings endure, as the name of Atum, foremost of the great need, endures. May they endure as the name of Shu, Lord of Upper Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Tefnut, Mistress of Lower Menset in Unu, endures. As the name of Geb at the earth's Ba endures. As the name of Nut in the shrine of Shanit in Unu, endures. As the name of Oser, Kentiamentiu, endures. As the name of Aset in Nicheru, endures. As the name of Sutek in Nubet endures. As the name of Horus and Pe endures. As the name of Wajit in Dep endures. As the name of Jehuti in Kemenu endures. As the name of Ra in the Aket endures, likewise for eternity. You have come in peace, O Ra. You have come in peace, O Natcharu. May you go forth in peace, O Ra. May you go forth in peace, O Natcharu, to every place your immortal cause wish to be. May you sail in joy in the Menjek bark, and rest content in the Sektet bark. And may you smile upon us, your humble servants. Okay, guys, and before I go, I'm going to toss this question out here because I'd love to get some feedback on it. But and especially because on YouTube, I know I have people from Australia, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Eastern Europe, all sorts of places that tune in. And what I'm wondering is what holiday might be most appropriate for, or we might consider a Kemetic Thanksgiving. The reason I ask this is because American Thanksgiving comes kind of close to the Habsed feast, which is after the Osiris mysteries. But other countries like Canada has a Thanksgiving that's like, I think, sometime in September. And other countries don't have one, but like our German friends were describing to us that Oktoberfest is sort of like their equivalent. So especially in the northern hemisphere, you got a lot of kind of harvesty feast. So, would something like the Opet feast be appropriate for Thanksgiving? At which point it would be kind of like, because on the Wiccan calendar, I think on the Wheel of the Year, some local Wiccans were saying, I think like the first harvest is Lammas, and then Mabon is sort of like, Wiccan Thanksgiving. So I'm just wondering, and if anybody's got some thoughts on that, then feel free to share in the comments. So, yeah, okay, yeah, Feast of Men makes the most sense, but it's in spring. Oh, Kemetic Oktoberfest. Yeah. So that could be fun. But yeah, that's something we can kind of talk about somewhere around the day that celebrates Tutankhamun. Well, actually, you know what? For Tutankhamun, what we do is we celebrate him at Hub Sed, because Hub Sed is the pharaoh's jubilee, and since we don't have a living pharaoh anymore, we honor Tutankhamun at it. So this is his jubilee because he never got to celebrate any when he was alive. So that would put it. We celebrate it in November, so it would be pretty close to American Thanksgiving.
Right.
So, okay. All right, well, we can talk about this some more next time. And yeah, those of you who are newcomers, thanks for joining us, and subscribe to the channel. I've got a video playlist that I've got several of them. One's like book reviews, and another one is rituals, and another one I think is on like practice and other things. So I've got like hours and hours and hours of videos now, so you could have lots of fun with them.
Just remember, folks, sometimes we start at 8:30, sometimes we start a little later. This is definitely a floating pagan clock.
Well, yeah, but I'm also like the pre-recorded videos that I've got.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the live broadcast.
Yeah. If we can get it a little earlier, great, but
give us between 8:30 and 9.
Yeah.
And if we know we're going to be later, we will tell you.
Yeah. Yes.
When that happens, thank you for your patience.
Yes, absolutely. We'll love you guys. That's good. Till next time.
Synaptic.
Synaptic.